Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel.
Hello, Port Charles enthusiasts! As we dive into the swirling drama of General Hospital's upcoming episodes, the spotlight falls squarely on a week brimming with tension and revelations, especially for Brooke Lynn, whose world is about to tilt on its axis. The spoilers for Wednesday, November 12, 2025, promise a roller coaster of shocking twists that could redefine alliances and shatter complacencies across town. From personal heartaches to shadowy secrets unearthed, this installment sets the stage for an emotional whirlwind that keeps viewers glued to their screens. Brooke Lynn's storyline takes center stage, evolving from a single jarring revelation into a multi-day saga of vulnerability and reliance. On Monday, she stumbles upon news that hits like a thunderbolt, perhaps a cryptic message or an overheard conversation hinting at betrayal within her inner circle, forcing her to question loyalties she's long taken for granted. This revelation doesn't fade. By Tuesday, it ignites a fierce determination in her to chase down the truth, leading her through a maze of subtle clues and tense confrontations that peel back layers of deception in Port Charles society. Her pursuit isn't solitary, though the emotional toll mounts, pushing her toward the one person who has consistently been her rock chase. Come Wednesday, she seeks his unwavering support, but the dynamic shifts as old flames flicker back to life. Chase's recent devotion to Willow, his ex, has been palpable, from late-night strategy sessions to empathetic gestures that blur professional boundaries. In the weekly video preview, Dante doesn't hold back, confronting Chase about the disproportionate energy he's pouring into Willow's orbit, potentially sparking jealousy or doubt in Brooke Lynn's mind. Will she secure his full attention amid this brewing rivalry, or will it expose cracks in their marriage? This arc delves deeply into themes of trust and divided loyalties, analyzing how Brooke Lynn's need for answers could either strengthen her bond with Chase or unravel it under the weight of unspoken resentments. The narrative builds suspense by contrasting her proactive quest with Chase's divided focus, hinting at a pivotal moment where personal stakes collide with lingering affections. Meanwhile, Michael's unpredictable return injects fresh chaos into the Quartermaine family dynamics, transforming him from a sidelined figure into a cunning operator evading scrutiny. Ever since re-entering the scene, he's navigated Port Charles like a chess master, his every action laced with calculated risk to deflect blame for Drew's shooting a crime Drew is eager to pin on him, truth be damned. This Wednesday, Michael executes a bold, unforeseen maneuver that ripples through the investigation. He might fabricate an alibi by enlisting an unlikely ally, like a shady contact from his corporate past, or plant misleading evidence that redirects suspicion toward a forgotten rival. The cleverness of this move lies in its subtlety, perhaps leaking doctored surveillance footage to the authorities, buying him precious time while sowing confusion among the police. Yet, its success hangs in the balance. If it backfires, it could accelerate the cops' focus on him, escalating the drama into a high-stakes cat-and-mouse game. This plot thread offers a rich analysis of Michael's character evolution, from impulsive hothead to strategic survivor, underscoring how his wildcard status disrupts the fragile peace in Willow's life and beyond. By weaving in his history of family feuds and redemption arcs, the episode highlights the psychological toll of constant evasion, questioning whether his ingenuity will ultimately shield him or hasten his downfall in Port Charles' unforgiving spotlight. Shifting to the younger generation, Gio and Emma emerge as unlikely heroes in a subplot that uncovers the underbelly of the town's hidden agendas. The mayoral debate serves as the perfect smokescreen, drawing adult attention to heated political rhetoric and policy clashes, allowing these teens to slip away and target Dalton, the enigmatic figure whose shadowy dealings have long whispered through school hallways. With the grown-ups ensnared in debate day frenzy, think heated exchanges over budget cuts and urban development, the kids seize the moment, rallying a small cadre of trusted friends to breach the restricted lab area that's become a nexus of rumors. Their investigation, fueled by youthful curiosity and a dash of rebellion, culminates in a horrifying discovery on Wednesday. Behind the fortified door, they might unearth evidence of unethical genetic experiments, not just on animals, but potentially involving human elements. Like coerced volunteers or bioengineered threats tied to larger corporate conspiracies, The shock factor amplifies as they piece together clues, vials of glowing serums, encrypted logs detailing failed trials, or even traces of familiar Port Charles DNA, transforming their adventure into a nightmare that blurs the line between science fiction and stark reality. This segment provides a detailed examination of generational divides, analyzing how Gio and Eva's innocence clashes with the adult world's moral ambiguities, and how their find could ignite a teen-led crusade against Dalton's operations, forever altering their paths and exposing the lab's ties to broader threats in the community. Elsewhere, unease permeates the lives of key women in Port Charles, starting with Elizabeth, whose subtle sense of disquiet hints at an impending storm brewing just beyond her nursing station. She might overhear fragmented conversations in the hospital corridors or notice anomalous patient records that echo the lab's dark secrets, leaving her with a gnawing intuition that something sinister is afoot. This unsettled vibe escalates into full-blown panic for Britt, whose composure cracks under mounting pressures. As a brilliant but haunted doctor, Britt could be piecing together the lab experiments' fallout. Realizing that whistleblowers or intruders have pierced the veil of secrecy, perhaps a leaked memo or an anonymous tip that traces back to her own past indiscretions. Adding fuel to her fire, the sudden reappearance of Pascal, now entangled in Sidwell's schemes at Windermere, spells trouble. Their history is fraught with betrayal. From shared covert ops gone wrong to personal vendettas that ended in near-fatal clashes. If Pascal crosses her path, maybe during a tense supply run or an impromptu alliance gone sour, Britt faces the terrifying prospect of exposure, knowing that any misstep will summon reprisals from ruthless overlords who pull strings from afar. The pressure cooker of her situation is palpable, analyzing her internal conflict between self-preservation and ethical dilemmas, as she grapples with the fear that one wrong move could drag her entire network into peril. This dual narrative thread explores the fragility of secrets in a connected town, dissecting how Elizabeth's quiet alarms and Britt's overt frenzy interconnect, potentially converging in a revelation that forces both women to confront the human cost of hidden experiments. Wrapping up the week's undercurrents, a heartfelt exchange between Lulu and Olivia at the hospital promises emotional depth amid the chaos. While fans might crave a sharp jab from Lulu about Olivia's and the Quartermain's brief abandonment of Tracy during a recent family rift, recalling heated boardroom battles and loyalty, Tess, the conversation veers toward more personal territory. Lulu opens up vulnerably, likely confiding about challenges with her son Rocco, Olivia's grandson, whose rebellious streak or health scare could be mirroring the town's turmoil. The weekly video preview captures their tense hospital standoff, with Olivia's distressed expression suggesting a shared worrying, perhaps Rocco's entanglement in the teen probe, or an unrelated family crisis that binds the women in solidarity. This moment analyzes the enduring power of maternal instincts across generations, highlighting how Lulu's candor could mend fences with Olivia, fostering a rare alliance in Port Charles' web of rivalries. As the episode unfolds, their dialogue not only humanizes these powerhouses, but also teases ripple effects, like protective measures that inadvertently intersect with the lab scandal or Michael's schemes. Next, as the fog of mystery thickens over our favorite coastal town, one question lingers like a storm on the horizon. Who will step from the shadows to pull Anna Devane from the clutches of her unseen captors? Spoilers swirling around General Hospital point to an unexpected hero in Valentin Casadini, a man whose tangled history with Anna refuses to fade into the past. Their connection, forged in passion and peril, might just ignite a chain of events that reshapes the landscape of deception and danger in Port Charles. Valentin's audacious prison break and the brewing conspiracy. Deep within the fortified walls of Steinmauer prison, Valentin Casadini isn't content to rot away in isolation. Teaming up with the shrewd Carly Spencer, he's meticulously crafting a high-stakes plan aimed at dismantling the shadowy influence of Jack Brennan, the enigmatic operative tied to the World Security Bureau. This alliance isn't born of blind trust, but of mutual desperation. Carly seeks leverage against the WSB's overreach, while Valentin hungers for freedom and retribution. Their strategy hinges on a calculated deception, convincing Brennan to authorize Valentin's transfer to a less secure facility stateside under the guise of cooperation. But as fall previews tease, Valentin's cunning nature won't allow him to follow the script. Instead of submitting to the move, he could seize the moment for a bold escape, slipping through the cracks of the system like a ghost in the night. Imagine the tension building in those dimly lit prison corridors, where whispers of betrayal echo off cold stone. Valentin, ever the master manipulator, has likely spent sleepless nights mapping out escape routes, exploiting the smallest oversights in guard rotations or Brennan's arrogance. This getaway wouldn't be a haphazard flight. It's a precision strike, dovetailing seamlessly with the urgent crisis of Anna's abduction. Sources close to the storyline suggest that once on the run, Valentin's path will inevitably lead him toward clues about Anna's whereabouts, perhaps a cryptic message from an old contact or a trail of breadcrumbs left by their shared enemies. In a town where loyalties shift like sand, Valentin's decision to prioritize Anna over his own safety underscores the depth of their bond. He's not just breaking free from bars, he's breaking chains of the heart, racing against time to reach the woman who once held his world together. This plot twist adds layers of suspense, blending high-octane action with emotional undercurrents. Valentin's escape could ripple outward, alerting Brennan and forcing the WSB into a frantic manhunt that ensnares other Port Charles residents. Carly, left to cover their tracks, might face her own perils, testing the limits of her resilience. Yet, at its core, this sequence highlights Valentin's evolution from isolated schemer to reluctant savior, proving that even in the darkest cells, redemption flickers like a distant light, unraveling Caesar Faison's shadowy legacy. At the heart of this turmoil lies the ghost of Caesar Faison, whose infamous final project seems to weave through every corner of the drama like an invisible thread. Spoilers indicate multiple storylines converging on this enigma, with Valentin and Anna caught in its web. Faison, the notorious criminal mastermind presumed long dead, has left a legacy of chaos that refuses to die. Could he be the elusive big boss orchestrating Anna's kidnapping from beyond the grave, or worse, from a hidden lair? It's no mere coincidence that Faison's schemes always resurface when least expected, pulling in those who've crossed his path. Valentin's intimate knowledge of Faison's operations runs deeper than most suspect. As a former associate in the underworld, he likely holds fragments of intel that could crack the case wide open, details about hidden safe houses, encrypted communications, or even Faison's network of loyalists still active in the shadows. Picture Valentin during his prison plotting sessions with Carly casually dropping hints about Faison's endgame, only to reveal later that he knows far more. Would he endanger his fragile freedom to extract Anna from this mess? Absolutely. Anna isn't just an ex-lover. She's the fiery force that challenged his cynicism and sparked his humanity. With little left to lose, imprisonment looms regardless. Valentin sees this as his chance to atone, transforming a personal vendetta into a heroic quest. Their history, marked by stolen moments in European hideouts and intense confrontations amid global espionage, fuels his resolve. Saving her wouldn't merely be an act of love. It would be a defiant stand against the forces that tore them apart. Delving deeper, the narrative explores how Faison's influence permeates Port Charles society. His final project might involve a sophisticated bioweapon or a digital empire designed to control key figures. Explaining why Anna was targeted, her WSB expertise makes her the perfect key to unlocking it. Valentin's involvement adds a psychological edge. Does he harbor guilt for past collaborations with Faison, or is he playing a longer game to seize control himself? This convergence of plots promises edge-of-your-seat developments, where alliances fracture and truths emerge from the fog. Can Valentin truly deliver Anna from peril? The question of Faison's survival hangs heavy, fueling fan theories that electrify every episode. While some speculate he's alive, pulling strings from a secret bunker perhaps in the Swiss Alps, others point to a more insidious ploy. Jason Morgan, the ever-vigilant enforcer, suspects an unknown puppet master is toying with Anna's psyche, dredging up her buried traumas tied to Faison to destabilize her. This mind game isn't child's play. It's a calculated assault, leveraging psychological warfare to extract secrets or sow discord within the WSB. The groundwork feels meticulously laid. Faison's supposed dead children Britt Westburn and others have shockingly resurfaced, breathing new life into his mythos. If they can defy death, why not the man himself? This resurrection trope amplifies the stakes, blurring lines between reality and manipulation in Port Charles. Yet, if Faison remains in the ground, Valentine emerges as a prime suspect for knowing the culprit. Locked in a maximum security fortress for reasons shrouded in secrecy, he undoubtedly crossed paths with players who benefit from Faison's full revival. Perhaps a rival crime syndicate, seeking to exploit Anna's vulnerability, hired Valentine's silence or worse, his complicity. There's a chilling possibility that Valentine himself is the architect of this chaos, using the Faison specter as a smokescreen to settle old scores. Consider the recent lifeline thrown to Britt. A crucial shipment of life-saving medication arrived with a mysterious note signed C. Fans buzz with speculation. Does it nod to Caesar? Or slyly to Casadini? Valentine's family empire, riddled with dark secrets, positions him perfectly to orchestrate such gestures, buying loyalty or distracting from his larger scheme. This layered intrigue invites detailed analysis of character motivations. Anna's abduction isn't isolated. It's a domino in a larger cascade, potentially linking to broader threats like corporate espionage at the LQ or Sonny Corinthus' underworld dealings. Valentine's potential rescue would demand ingenuity hacking WSB databases, evading Jason's watchful eye, or even allying with unlikely figures like Ava Jerome for intel. Success isn't guaranteed. Capture could mean double the prison time, but failure to act might haunt him forever. As General Hospital masterfully intertwines these threads, Valentine's arc shines as a testament to enduring love amid treachery. What twists do you foresee in Valentine's bid to save Anna, fellow GH devotees? Share your hottest takes below.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon. Bye.